Bienvenidos and welcome a Cositas Mommy Never Told Me, a podcast that dives deep into the Latin cultural norms that have long haunted the feminine genre. Montate and buckle up porque it's going to be a roller coaster ride. Nos fuimos! Hi, y'all.
Hey, asshole.
The crown has been passed back to me, y'all. So, I've always been an asshole.
Asshole of the week goes to...
Listen, 2024 right now, I'm already under the bus. So, if you ever think in your life that you're going to throw me under the bus, I'm already under there. I have a cot, comforter, and a pillow. I'm comfy.
Not a cot. Yo, P.S. Speaking of cots, did you see on social media shout out to New York. I lived there for 20 years. Love it. Don't know if I want to live there again. Under the homeless guy's blanket? Not the rat. It was like 30 rats. When the guy...
30? I only saw one. I only needed to see one.
No, so this is what happened. So the video is like 2 rats scurrying off the platform, which is very normal. It's very normal. But the guy who's recording saw a homeless guy and he went to like let him know, like, dude, you're laying there and there's mad rats. So he goes, hey man. And when the guy goes to lift the blankety, no lie, like 25 motherfucking rats
They're probably his cats.
From under his blanket. It was like Bruno in Encanto on steroids. Actually,
those are probably his pets.
I posted on my social media. Freddie writes, "Yeah, no."
I was actually DMing with Freddie because I didn't know he was a plant lover.
Is he a plant lover?
He said he got a whole bunch of plants in his house.
You know what? He does. You know what? We got to do our next Friends event. Maybe we'll do the pizza event at Fred's. Because it was his idea.
If you'll have us.
The making pizza. Yes.
So you're just going to tell him we're going over there.
It's at your place.
It's at your place.
He came up with the idea to make the pizzas, which is really cool. He's like, we should just get
but if we go over there, sorry, no shade to you, Fred. You know what? I'm not even going to say anything. Love you, Fred.
Wait. Speaking code, let me see if I can guess.
No. I love him too much. That's my bro.
Okay.
Offline, I will tell you, and then maybe you can tell him. I'll tell him too, because I don't give a fuck.
But we'll just do it offline, because guess what? Asshole of the week is Diana.
It's fine. I'm good with the title.
Yo, so last week, Cat Williams started getting super real and super feedback and super hype and just fucking
unleashed.
It's like unleashed. It was like Oz in Wizard of Oz. It's like, well, let me tell you what's really happening. He unleashed
the motherfucking Kraken.
Yo, but you know what's funny? I always like to see what the length of time is on things like this. Like, it's
2
hot.
hours
it's
and 46 minutes.
No, not the interview. But the length, the repercussions of this. Like, got it. Kevin Hart really suffer from this? No. Will Steve Harvey not get a deal because of this? But I haven't seen it. Full transparency. Maybe by the time this airs, I will see it and we can do a live. But I thought it was interesting because I love Diana's perspective on children. She told me that she did not even get up to pee for the 2.5 hours.
And my bladder, you already know that's a record.
Nah, so what is it? What's the interview? So Shannon Sharp interviewed him. Does he have a book or something coming out?
Well, he's on a tour. He's always on a comedy tour.
Okay.
But, so he comes in and I was so confused because I started watching it and then, you know, he like walks in and he's already talking. He's like already like, da, 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 da.
Like literally hasn't sat down and is talking?
And it's already talking. So then I was like, wait a minute. So I literally, you know, when you go to see if it's at the beginning.
Like, wait, did I start late?
And it was at the beginning. And only after I saw it. He came in guns blazing. It wasn't even like a 9. It wasn't even like a 22, like a 20. Pop, 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 pop. It wasn't a 9. It wasn't a 45. It was a Uzi. Okay? He was spraying automatic. Yo, it was so funny just to see.
For you who don't know, Uzi is like them in the movies.
That cat. No, but
not that cat. What does it sound like? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, moving on. Continue.
I don't know. No, but only after watching it and then a couple days going by, when Shannon sat down with Chad Ochocinco on his podcast, was I aware that
got it.
He hadn't said anything. He was like, I should have been rolling the cameras from when he came in the studio, because he was like,
fired.
So he was like, shit, I missed a chance in recording about 4 or 5 minutes as he was walking in. But then he gave a cue to his team and was like, yo, just start, because he was just saying too much good stuff. And what the craziest thing is now, it's been about a week since I've watched it, and no one really has come out and said he lying. You know what I'm saying? And he came out and said that he runs a 40 in about 4.5 seconds. And before he could even be questioned about it, he went into a gym and had somebody time him, and he ran a 40 in 4.47 seconds. So, I mean, he's like, before y'all start questioning, here we go. No, but I do believe what he was talking. I'm sorry. I do believe what he was talking about Hollywood and people selling their souls, and you know.
What was he talking about?
Well, he was saying that it was him and Ludacris that got invited to the Illuminati, right? And when, I don't know.
By whom?
He didn't say by whom, but he got invited. He said that when they got there, they were told that one of them had to cut their hair.
Wait, so is the Illuminati a place?
Illuminati is a group. It's a group of people.
No, I know that in context, but when he said we got invited there.
Well, they had an event.
Where?
They had an event. Oh. They had an event. And they were doing a new member, whatever. And they invited Ludacris and him, and only one could stay. And then he said that they offered 20 movies, $200 million, but it was things that they had to do, either suck dick or somebody had to, or whatever, right? But he was so funny about the way that he was describing it. That's why I was like, you gotta watch it, because I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna botch it, but I'm doing my best. No, but he said that only one of y'all could keep the sideburns. Because, you know, back in the day, Ludacris had them sideburns, them pointy sideburns too.
So did he say that Ludacris stayed?
Ludacris washed it up. If you see Ludacris now, he got braids back. He never wears his hair out like he used to.
He's done all those movies.
But
he's never done a scene that's inappropriate.
No, they offered him $200 million and 20 movies. And he was like, so if you think I'm lying, what number is Fast and the Furious on? Isn't it 10?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But Ludacris hasn't had to do a scene that's inappropriate.
No, not a scene.
Oh, you mean privately be sucking someone's dick?
Privately be sucking somebody's dick. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he was talking about that, and then he was talking about people or men wearing a dress. He was like, he's never agreed to do that, and that's why he probably hasn't been in a hit movie. He said the movie that was a hit was Friday After Next, and Ricky Smiley was trying to say some shit about him, that he was supposed to get it instead of Cat Williams, and Cat Williams was like, what are you talking about? I wrote that part. And when they offered it to me, originally it had the character being raped by the jail guy, right? What the hell?
What movie is this? Friday After
Next. By Debo. So Debo.
Oh, the real huge guy.
Right. Well, not Debo, but the other guy, the one that does America's Got Talent now. That big black guy.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. So he was liking on the movie, and he was supposed to rape him. But he was like, he was telling the producers, Ice Cube and all of them, I see no good in a black man being raped on a movie. I see no good in any man being raped. So can you let me rewrite it? And I promise you it will be hilarious. And it was. When he rewrote it, it was hilarious. So Ricky Smiley was mad because supposedly he was supposed to be it. And he was like, Ricky Smiley, go put your dress back on. And oh my God. So you just got to watch it. There's so many different things. He talked about Kim Kardashian and Kanye.
What did he talk about Kim Kardashian?
He said that she was a whore.
Okay.
And that Kanye West married her because she was a whore. He was like, listen to his music. He always talk about he wants some more or he wants some. You just gotta listen to it. You just gotta listen to it. And then,
I mean, he does treat his wife Bianca kind of whorish right now. I mean, I guess you can interpret it as style.
Oh God, did you see what she had on? Like the little straps over her little nipples. But she's gorgeous though.
Okay, I will share something.
Oh shit.
I don't always share stuff.
No, but before wait.
But go.
Kanye, but the last thing he said about Kanye was everybody talking about he weird now. Everybody's talking about he got mental issues and all that shit. And he's like, that motherfucker been weird. When he was wearing them pink sweaters back in fucking Chicago. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? He's different. He been different. So don't call him a genius then. And then when he show you the genius, then you want to turn around and say he's not a genius. Mm-hmm. He's a genius. And I was like, that makes sense. So, but yeah, it's a lot more stuff. He unleashes like Hollywood period. So you got to watch it. And I'm going to mute this because somebody's outside and my dog is going to bark. But go ahead, girl.
No, I just wanted to share that I didn't watch it, but I will say this, that even when Kanye, before he blew up, how do I explain without explaining? I know for a fact that with his women, he uses them to construct them to his liking. So he, at the time, got his girlfriend breast implants, liposuction, and this is before. Was
that the black girl from Brooklyn with the shortcut? Because I remember
right. Okay.
I'm not gonna say her. There was a girl that was on BET that she was like, she I guess she got on the show because she was in a relationship with Kanye. And then it was a lot of stuff that she was sort of kind of share, but didn't. And then I think that was one of the things she was like, well, I was able to get some of the, But anyway, go ahead.
Yes. So I know he does, and I guess, if you like it, I love it. Not really. But, also, it's not a big secret in Hollywood that Kim Kardashian. I mean, again, not to say that like what makes I was gonna say what makes a woman a hoe. Like really,
I think because people know
makes
about
her a hoe?
Because people know about it. I think.
And like what's wrong with her? She's not married. She's a woman, and if she wants to be sexually explorative, why does she got to become a hoe?
Right.
And like, were you in the room with her? Are you in bed with her? And by the way, let's also reconfirm, ninjas, they be talking. They talk more than us.
They talk more.
And they claim pussy.
Oh my God.
That hasn't even rubbed on their arm.
I've had that happen to me.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like I don't know, and I have said this before transparently, I will never speak poorly of the Kardashians. They came through for me when I needed them to do something for Sarita, who passed away, and they were kind. They made an amazing video for her, and she got to see it 2 months before she passed away, and it was no big deal, but it made her day while she was battling cancer. So to me, I'm like, I just can't speak poorly of them. But who else he talk about?
He talked about it. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. That's all I got. That's all I got. But he talked about everybody.
Did he talk about? Did he talk about Will Smith at all? Because I feel like that's an open target right now.
No, he talked a lot about Steve Harvey and Mark Curry. I think that's his name, right?
Mark Curry.
Mr. Cooper. Following Mr. Cooper. I think that was the name of the show. Big old target on Steve Harvey.
Honestly, I've been around Steve Harvey plenty, and I would never describe him as a nice person.
Yeah, he
never.
He says that he's always been on this high horse, that he's always thought that he was God.
But D, let me ask you a question as a viewer, as a fan, as whomever, just someone not in the industry. It's like with Ellen, right? I worked with Ellen DeGeneres for 4.5 years, right? And I don't know what it was that I never saw her in the way that I saw her once I worked for her. But then in retrospect, like when meeting her was like the worst thing that could have happened, because she was never my idol. Thank God. I don't see these people as idols, but I was like looking forward to meeting her because I was like, oh, she's probably funny, blah, blah, blah. She's not. But, you know, in retrospect, when you watch her on TV, you're like, she's laughing at people. She's not laughing with people.
She's making fun of people.
And the funny thing is, with Steve Harvey, it's the same. And that's obviously why they get along or whatever, but it's the same. He's literally, even in his advice to women, he's almost like ridiculing and belittling you, but to make you think that you're being enlightened. It's a real mind fuckery that happens. But I'm like, is it me because I'm in the space that I see it like, of course he's an asshole. Like, it's no surprise because when I run into people and they're like, you know, like I don't know where I was, and people are always curious as to like, oh, who have you met and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, whatever. I don't need to go into detail about that, but it's like, it's so obvious he's an asshole. Like, but for instance, Think Like a Man, the movie, the book. I had zero interest in reading this book because I was like, you're about to tell me a bunch of shit that I already like, but, and I won't name who, I had good friends be like, oh my God, I read the book. It's so enlightening. I said, what?
Anything for dick.
I'm like, enlightening?
Please.
What?
I never really saw Steve Harvey as,
because I know your mom loves him and you guys watch him every Wednesday.
We watch every Wednesday. We watch Family Feud. My mother says, let's put the show. Everybody say yeah. But I can't say, if it was a different host, we would still watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's the whole, I think we would, because we watched it when it was the white guy.
Okay.
And I forgot his name. But I think it's the whole, like, just screaming out the answer when they're
for the show itself.
Right.
Yeah, so but what are your thoughts on Steve Harvey? Have you ever been like, oh, I would like to meet him? Or like,
I never really thought, even back to Def Jam when he was on Def Comedy Jam, back when Russell Simmons, when Russell Simmons was doing that show. He was never a comedian.
When the paint was really spray painted on,
he had a unit on. That's what Cat Williams said.
It was a unit, but he definitely did that spray paint.
He had a man unit before man units were out here.
God, fucking Cat Williams. I gotta watch that shit.
Watch it, I'm telling you. You're gonna be able, because you're in the industry. So when you watch it and you hear some shit, you're gonna be like, oh shit, yeah. Shit, nah. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some celebrities that are coming out talking about, you know, how some things are no and something. But
I mean, I know he mentioned Kevin Hart or whatever, and he mentioned something about
he don't like Kevin Hart. He don't like Steve Harvey.
He's talking about someone who stole his joke. I think it was Cedric the Entertainer or whatever. So I've met Ced again. Really nice, funny. His wife is really cool. Like, I don't know about that, but I do know that it is common, very, very common.
To steal jokes.
Not only steal jokes.
Anything.
These guys don't. They don't write their jokes. No, a lot of them don't write their jokes.
A lot of shit now on social media, people like they change the background.
They steal the concept. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. So and then depending who you are, it's like the other day you were like, I drive a Benz. If I had a fake Gucci, nobody would know it wasn't mine. If I'm Kevin Hart and I've been writing comedy or known as a comedian, whatever, nobody's gonna think I didn't put my own twist on this. But it is really common.
He twisted it around, and now on his tour, Kevin Hart's like brand new material is the title of his. Because Cat Williams was saying how long has it been that Kevin Hart said a real joke?
It's recycled.
I mean, the truth
is, and we went to see him here.
It was funny though.
Be here.
Well, I was going to tell you because I think Mike Epps is coming to Foxwoods.
The 15th. I think he's going to be here. Is he?
Mike Epps coming to Foxwoods, yeah.
Sidebar, I think he's going to be here on the 15th. You want to get tickets? Schubert Theater. I got to get a sitter. That's Monday. Anyway, sidebar.
But I'm talking about Mike Epps.
Mike Epps? When is that?
Because I know you got that connection.
She left, but she still got, I hope she got a promotion.
No, the fuck?
She got a promotion.
She could probably still get you 2 tickets or maybe 4.
I know. Let's see. But sidebar,
Steve Harvey, never.
Never
Or
rubbed
Cedric.
you.
Like
See?
Cedric, I chuckled with Cedric, but D.L. Hughley always was funny to me. Cat Williams always was funny. Kevin Hart was funny when I saw him in person. I think he's funny. There was a lot of repetition when it came to like this stuff on Netflix. But the number one person for me that does it every fucking single time is Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle kills it every single time.
Eddie Murphy to me still raw is the OG.
Absolutely.
The ice cream.
I mean, if you want to go OG is Richard Pryor.
Oh, I mean, come on.
You know. But I'm just talking like for today, it would have to be.
And those guys, and I think we had this conversation. I was it you were with Phil that I was like, I don't know what I was listening to Pat Benatar in the car, and I was like, yo, do you know how good you had to be as a musician or an artist back in the day when you literally had to fucking do every dive bar? You didn't have digital. You had to push your album, push your and then as a woman. So it's like, so Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, like they couldn't steal joke, like they didn't even wear the grass concept or content from but real life.
Yep.
So it's like it's crazy, but chuckle. Isn't it funny how when we went to see Kevin Hart, they make you fucking seal your phone, you got to put it in a thing, you got to lock it, all this shit. And it ain't even like new content. The fuck?
I want to say though, although he was funny at the Foxwood show, and I'm so mad that I forget the guy that was right before him.
Yo,
he was funny.
The Red Cup Boys or Paper Cup. I think they're called the Red Cup Boys. His guys who have been with him for years.
Gosh,
hysterical.
Yeah.
But by the way, they write a lot of jokes for him. They write a lot of jokes for him.
I'm sure. See, he said something about the Red Paper Cup Boys too.
Yeah, the Red Cup Boys. I think they're called Red Cup Boys.
Yeah, some grown ass men. Go get some glassware or something.
He's so catty as fuck.
Yeah, I went. But you know what? A whole bunch of people gonna go see his ass now.
Cat is catty. Yeah, a whole bunch of people, but you know
and they got Shannon a whole bunch of followers, a whole bunch of clicks, a whole bunch of views.
Good for them.
I'm telling you.
Anywho, transitioning into today's topic. 2212. I'm in my soft girl era. What era are you in?
In full transparency, I know the soft girl era was.
I know you did it.
I was like,
just like girl code. Just like girl code, I was like, okay.
Soft girl era. That don't exist. That don't exist over here.
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Listen,
and that's why we're going to dig into it.
No, now that I know what it is, I've taken liberties and also have put into place some things for myself, which I didn't think were soft girl era. You know what I'm saying?
So tell the people your interpretation of soft girl era.
Oh, shit. I just learned what it was. Okay.
Well, I mean, because to me, it's like, while you talk, I'm going to look up if there's like a Ebonics definition.
So soft girl era is a lot more for millennials. Like the younger women are tired of the stereotypical independent woman from back in the day where you have to be competing for corporate type VP jobs, president jobs, CEO jobs. They're tired of that. They no longer want to change a flat tire. They no longer want to have to be juggling a 9 to 5, which is, different now, but a 9 to 5 and having babies and, it's a whole bunch of stuff. So they don't want to have to do anything that I grew up and was told that I needed to do in order to survive.
Yeah, let me read this real quick. Soft girl era. Welcome to the soft girl revolution. How young women are rejecting girl boss culture for a life of leisure. Trying to hustle your way up the corporate ladder is, for some young women, so last decade. They aspire to spend their days perfecting their Pilates form, tending to their skin, and relishing traditional homemaking tasks. But is this movement a defiant act of self-actualization or a backward slide in the patriarchal norms? That's a good question.
I mean, if you're gonna go soft girl, don't go fucking mush. I think you should go. You should go in and out of it. You know what I'm saying? When we were talking earlier, we were talking about how some other definitions that we saw on social media and what you had sent me also. How women, especially women our age, older, and maybe even a little bit younger than us, don't let men be men, right? What that means is, like, you know, like, let's say, and I had to learn that because I've been such a type A personality and always going into a room and lighting it up. I had to learn the difference between letting my husband be a husband man role instead of me trying to, like, you know, fix the situation. And I'll think about an actual situation, but he actually a couple times was like, you know, sometimes you gotta let me be the man, baby.
Yeah.
There was a couple times in our very long relationship that he said that to me, and I didn't know at first what the fuck he was talking about. But then I was just like, oh shit, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I think to me it's about I want to know, I want to be able, just because I'm able to do something doesn't mean I should have to do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to know how to change a tire. It doesn't mean that I should have to do it. It doesn't mean that I want to do it. You know, I think for me, the reason soft girl era, and I've been in it for a minute, even if haven't been able to be in it, but I think it's made me think the last few years how there's a little bit of a disservice in how we were raised. Obviously, my mom was a single mom. So it was always very much like, you don't need from anyone. You don't depend on anyone. You can do things on your own, blah, 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 blah. So when I met Phil was super alpha male. And it was like, I was 22. He was, he's older than me. And he was very much like, all right, you know, it's 90%, 90-10, but my 90's in bold. And he was very like honest and adamant about that, meaning like, the man is the man of the household and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I was young and yappy. Not that I'm not young anymore or yappy, but I was yappier. And I used to be like, whatever, I don't need you. Like, like super independent, super, I got this. And I do feel, and you know, as my friend, that what I did, and this is obviously in a heterosexual relationship, I don't necessarily know how it, or maybe it has, I mean, it has to. It's not even about male, female. It's just like soft and dominant, I would think. But it's just referring to me and my sexual preference and my relationship. I feel like what I did is I chipped away at his manhood over the years, and I just kept chipping and chipping and chipping. And then what happened is he started just taking a seat.
Soft boy era.
And it was more like, he's always been a financial provider, feels very detailed, but it became very much like, well, you're better at that. Well, I trust what you do. Well, I trust what you say. And I'm very much like, from everything to planning our vacations, planning our weekends, planning our trips, planning our dinners. So it became, Phil used to be one to be like, let's go to dinner here, let's go to dinner, blah, blah, blah. And then what I thought I was doing in the relationship was like participating. But in a sense, I realize now in retrospect that I was almost like demasculating, because he really felt like that's what he brought to the table, you know? And then it became, then I had Sophie, and it's like finding her sitter, childcare, her school, her doctor, her this, our car, our this, our business. And then I really started feeling like, wait, what the fuck? I'm doing everything. And for a season, I was like, really, we would always be in strife, because he's like, literally, he's like, all right, Rocio, yeah, I'm cool with whatever you're cool with. And I started interpreting it like, oh, okay, he's not very conflicting. He's very on board with what I want to do, but it's not. It's a sense of like, again, demasculization and allowing me to fucking do the work. And it's like, as I'm doing the work, I'm starting to feel like it's becoming a task instead of my role. And it's like, it feels very alone. It feels very siloed. And then I'm like, wait, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's really not support. It's really like, well, you're going to do it anyway.
Right.
And then it took me, so that's the season, but then it took me to be like, yo, wait, something's happening here. I need your feedback. I need your participation. And then he's like, well, now you want it. So I take accountability for that I feel like I really did that. And then now I say, and Diana knows, I'm like, I feel so bad for the next guy because I'll be like, I don't know.
I'm doing that shit now too. I'm like, I don't know, shit. Go to Google. I don't know. Before I used to be like trying to find the information, trying to find the answer, trying to find
stupid shit like, shit. Hey, babe, do you like and now with the phone? So wait, I'm supposed to take 10 minutes out of my time to find some shit that you literally could just fucking
on your phone.
On your phone.
The time it took for you to ask me, you could have found out in your phone. You have a mini computer at your hand in your fingertips.
But it's because the type of women that
easy.
We are.
Yeah.
Because we also know plenty of women who don't do shit.
I swear.
Who
I
don't
had this conversation.
Do shit.
I had this conversation and I don't know who it was with. But they'll keep me honest. I'm sure when they see me, they say, yo, that episode you had on Soft Girl Era, that was me, bitch. You should have said my name. Nah, but I had this conversation with somebody about that. And I was just like, bruh, the fuck?
And I'm like, I've been doing this wrong. I've been doing this wrong. I've been doing it all fucking
the fuck
wrong.
Out for no fucking reason.
I've been doing this
Because let me tell you, there's some ugly ass motherfuckers out here, okay? With a whole bunch of fucking makeup on their face. And I'm sorry, everybody has somebody in to love them in the world. God makes people for everybody. But there's some ugly ass motherfuckers out here that don't do shit for their husband and have everything at their fucking fingertips. So maybe they knew about this Soft Girl Era a long time ago. Maybe, I don't even know how, because it's like...
You know why? Because I feel like it's a confusion between... It's a confusion between Soft Girl Era. So I want to be clear. Tapping into your soft girl, tapping into your feminine doesn't mean you're not smart. You're not able to be independent. You don't have a mind. You don't want to have a career. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that you prioritize yourself first.
Yeah, don't put your job.
Is right. You I mean,
you need money to pay them bills, girl.
I mean,
women.
You prioritize yourself, and it's like checking in. Does this feel good to me? Like, do I feel? Because what happens is a lot of times we do what you just described, or we drop everything to fix. We drop everything to do. We drop everything to fucking. What is the recycle schedule? What is the trash schedule? Like, hey, make sure you take out the trash. No, Soft Girl Era is like, the trash is there. It's Tuesdays. It's your responsibility to take it out.
Girl, motherfuckers be playing Tetris at my house with the trash. Just balancing shit on top to see what the... Yo, when I come home and I see that shit, man.
It's the worst.
I'm like, so no one... Because I literally have count the steps. No one could have pushed the garbage down, took it out, and took about 20 steps to put this outside. Like, you literally just open the door, press the garbage right there. Like, well, whatever. But no, I'm over here reading the Soft Girl Era that encourages a departure from the hustle and the constant drive of work, and invites us to embrace our feminine side, regardless of stereotypes, gender, celebrating vulnerability, nurturing, and self-care. Think of feminine and masculine energy as yin-yang, two complement forces, right? So imagine having that shit in your head. Fucking conflicting all fucking day trying to figure fucking some shit out. This shift allows us to tap into softer qualities such as empathy, intuition, and emotional intelligence. By embracing our feminine energy, we can find a sense of balance and authenticity in our lives. This just sounds so good. But at the end of the day, if some shit gotta get done and a motherfucker looking at some shit and you told a motherfucker to do some shit and the shit don't get done. Yo, if y'all don't see me, I'm scratching my head right now. I am scratching my head.
Do you think that, for instance, the way I feel like I chipped away at Phil's masculinity, do you think that if you were to stay consistent, it would start to be seen and then it would obviously be picked up? Because I feel like what happens is your response is what is always happened. Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck, I'll just do it. I'll just get it done. I'll just do it. By the time I teach you, I'll do it. Or
the shit is just not getting done.
Right. But, is it a matter of like, leave that shit there till it get done?
Yep. Soft girl era for me is I'm chilling. Oh, y'all want something to eat? I don't feel like cooking today. I'm in my soft girl era. Shit. Right. I can't even call myself a girl. I'm in my soft woman era. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make some cookies today though, but because I want to. But at the same time,
you're gonna make what?
Cookies. You're welcome to the recipe. I just gave it to Melissa.
I don't want no recipe. I just want to eat the cookies.
Baking up a storm this past week. And I'm sure she's gonna sell them cookies too. You're welcome. You're welcome. No, but it's also prioritizing slow and intentional living. Wow. It sounds good.
You're like, wow.
Yeah, I'm learning as I'm doing this podcast because it sounds good, and I wish I would have had this type of knowledge. But the thing is that now I see that it's okay. The shit is just not going to falter. And not only that, like there's people in my life that have passed away, or people that had medical scares, or people that have had their love either pass away or they moved on to somebody else unexpectedly, and they sort of kind of stumble into that era. You know what I'm saying? They're like, it first starts like a fuck this shit. Mm-hmm. And then they start.
And then you're like, wow, this is nice.
This good. Yes.
You're like, wow, I don't have to be stressed. Have to
stress the fuck out.
It's like that interview I sent you, Nia Long did with Jeezy, and that's just a clip of it. She was so
emotional. I love it. I love that.
Yeah, and she was just very like, I'm tired. And she says, I just don't think women should have to be this tired. Mm. And I think what has happened, in a sense, not fully, I think I have my own opinions about the feminist movement, and I'll be completely transparent. I think the feminist movement has always been a movement that is to push white women forward. I say that fully, 100%. Mm-hmm. I stand behind that. But I do think that in the feminist movement, where it's like, let's be clear, the feminist movement was started for equal rights and voting, for equal pay, for women being able to be educated and go to college. Like, this is shit that is like obvious. And guess what? In 2024, we are still fighting for equal pay. And not only as women, but the reason I support the feminist movement being really a movement that is pushed for white advancement is because not only now as women are we fighting to have equal pay, but now we're fighting to have equal pay divided by culture. So it's like now we're not only competing with men, but we're competing with our white women counterparts. And then we are made to compete with each other. Our Black women counterparts, our Asian women counterparts, and Latinas happen to be the lowest paid on the scale. So I want to be clear that the feminist movement is one thing. Soft girl era is allowing you to be in your feminine as a woman. Two very different things. So because the first reaction, people are like, well, y'all fought for independence and y'all fought for all these rights. That's not what we're talking about. Like we're talking about it's like roles. It's almost like gender roles, kind of, sort of, but it's like I shouldn't, just because I can doesn't mean I have to. Women should not have to be heads of households on all things. Women should not have to be spearheading all things just because we can. We know, in my opinion, that women are the superior gender, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that it's like, I forget, I was talking to my girlfriend's daughter and I said, Listen, being independent, going to school, having your own, I think that that's amazing. But that doesn't take away, or that doesn't mean that it's not a beautiful thing to have a partner in a man or another woman who wants to come in and be supportive financially, morally, or who wants to come in and provide in ways that you're just not used to. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like being independent don't mean I gotta be out here having 7 jobs, because you do want to help and provide, and I gotta be like, nah, I could do it on my own.
Right. Right, but that's what we was taught. So when you're growing up, right, yeah. you sort of, because I was taught to cater to my man, right? So it was twofold. You got to cater to your man, but then you also have to be juggling, and I always use this reference, you got to juggle and balance a fucking plate on your foot. And then you got to feed your baby.
Because do you feel like you are not? Do you feel like you're not? And I meant to ask you this before. Remember when we talked about service being one of your love languages? When we ended, I was like, damn. But I wonder if Diana's love language is that because that's all she's known, or that's all she was raised to feel.
No, my love language for me. For me, is gifts. It's gifts and like doing things. Like, let's go here, let's go there. It's not service. It's not service, because to me, I could do the service. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. So not your love language to receive, but I feel like I said your love language is not that you liking to host is one thing, but I'm like, I wonder if she likes to host and cook and all these things, because it's almost like in unconscious, that's what you're raised to believe is how you show love to people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. I like to do that because I think just culturally we show love through food. You know, so I just I like to show just the different ways that I can make chicken, or the different ways that I can make buffalo chicken salad be in different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
So yeah. So now I'm getting into the baking, and you know, people like it too. So it's just like, you know, I like to make people feel good, and when you're tasting something good and you're like, oh shit, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like for people to feel good. I like for people to have something in their mouth that tastes good. Yeah, no, we both thought the wrong way. Nah, but no, I think that acts of service, I like to do that, but you know, one thing that my best friend, she told me, Nat, shout out to Nat, she be listening, but she told me, Diana, she said, Diana, you are good at a lot of things, so people are always going to be mad, you know? And at first, because she always calls me an overachiever, so at first I was just like, but I was taught, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was taught that I had to do all things. I don't want to be an overachiever.
Yeah.
It just happens. Like, it's not. And if I'm seeing something, if I think I could do something, you know, I know people that'll sit down, read a recipe, and then be like, oh shit, I got to go buy A, B, and C, and D, and F. And then they're wrapping their whole head. And while they're doing that, the cookies are made. Take me about half an hour, 40 minutes to make some cookies. So it's just like, you know, like, you got all the shit in the cupboard. Just go get some chocolate chips. Like, or when you told me about the pastelillos, I was like, I'm not ordering them, but I can just make them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I was like, can't you just literally go to the bakery? Okay.
Then you got to order them. Then you got to pay for them. You know what I'm saying? It's cheaper to make them. Like, my mind.
But do you think? Okay, so now let's unpack that. Like, soft girl era or not, do you think that if you're not always moving, you're not being productive? Like, do you have a hard time just sitting and
do not have a hard time just sitting? No, sometimes I sit so long when I get up, I'm like, yo, I was sitting too long. My watch tells me get up. I have to turn that shit off. That feature on my watch.
But also, soft girl era is more about not just sitting, but like doing something for yourself.
Right.
Like,
so I'll do
you have a hard time pampering yourself, getting a facial, getting your hair done. So that's great.
It's so funny.
What? Go.
So I was talking to this girl named Nellie Marr. Nellie Marr, new listener. And she does vajay shows. Have you ever heard of those?
I'm sorry. Okay.
I told her I'm going to tell my friend about this.
I'm sorry. Come again, rewind, selecta, because you said that and I feel like there may have been a hiccup in your mic or something.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. What is this? Because I've heard of vaginal rejuvenation.
No, it's a facial for your vagina.
Okay, wait.
So you get like the hair and everything.
She does that.
And she does that.
Okay, I want to know more.
I told her that she want to be on the show because she's a whole character too, by the way.
No, I need to know now. What does this mean?
First of all, she's gorgeous.
And she be in women's pussies.
Anime. She looks like an anime girl. And that's why I told her today. I was like, because we were working out. She goes to the same gym I go to. And
I think we should have an episode with her, the hugging guy.
Yeah.
And like someone else. And just like...
So she goes, well, wait. So I had a conversation with Johnny. She just had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. And so she was like, girl, I'm booked to get this and this and that, and I'm getting a vajay show. And then I said, well, the same thing. I said, whoa. What the fuck is a vajay show, B? Because it sounded like you're gonna say vagina.
Yo, I literally was like, I think it's a facial for the vaginal.
Yes.
But I need to know, what does that consist of? What is that?
So I don't know what it consists of because we were sort of kind of like working out today. But when I said, I need to know what a vajay show is. Like, you really doing facials on vaginas? And she was like, girl, I'm seeing all types of pussy.
Okay, but you need to. What does this mean?
I said, what do you do?
I'm gonna look this shit up real quick.
She does the whole waxing or whatever she does. She removes the hair. She does that. But if that's all you want, that's all you get. But also that, the mist that they put on the face, that facial mist or whatever. So she does skincare down there.
Oh, I see. It's literally ingrown hairs removal, dead skin cells, smooth bumps.
Yeah. And she said that people come back.
What is a vajay show and why you should get one? For those of you new to the concept, the vajay show is a spa treatment performed on the vulva of the vagina. Focusing on the bikini line and outer labia, it does not actually deal with the inner vagina. What is the purpose of vajacial? Yes, we need to go in. A vajacial treats ingrown hairs, removes dead skin cells, smooths bumps around bikini line, prevents acne, helps with hyperpigmentation.
Didn't even know they could have acne down
here. I'm like, I don't have acne. I'm lasered, so I don't even know if I would qualify. Maybe I don't qualify. All to maintain healthy and hydrated skin in the vaginal area. So this is something that my partner should be paying for since his face is in it. Okay. What does the procedure consist of? A vajacial is typically 50 minutes? Am I not getting horny or wet at this point if you're playing with my pussy?
I don't know. I don't know all of the ins and outs, but I did say this sounds like something that I want to talk more about. So I'm going to talk to my girlfriend today. And I'm going to see if we could bring you on so you could talk about all your services.
Which includes a cleanse, mild enzyme exfoliant, extractions of ingrown hairs, followed by a soothing mask completed with skin brightening serum and spa treatment. When you should get a vajacial. Vajacials are usually follow-up treatments to help deal with side effects of hair removal on the vagina. It is recommended to get a vajacial 7 days post-shaving or a Brazilian wax. What are some of the benefits? Vajacials can help with
You better get one. You better get a vajacial.
I don't know, because can help with evening out skin tone around the bikini and get rid of bacteria and skin bright. I just feel like I don't really have hyperpigmentation. I don't have pimples. Help with vaginal skincare, preventing irritation from waxing. Oh, ready? This part. Yeah. Along with maintaining upkeep and promoting cosmetic benefits of the vagina, the vajacial also promotes body positivity. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm really just thinking, if she's by my pussy for 15 minutes, am I not getting aroused?
I don't know, but she's super cute. She's a character.
And she's very cute too. So like
in her own right, she's a fucking character. She was working for someone initially last year, and she was telling me how she was not very happy where she was at, and I was like,
doing vajacials
and a whole bunch. She's an esthetician.
Esthetician.
So she does lashes, eyebrows, all that shit. So I told her, so do you have your shit? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, so break the fuck off. And she did. She went and got her own spot. She got her own little spot now. Yeah. So I just found out today. I was like, I was told you got your own spot, and you ain't even tell me we had that long ass conversation over there. No, but yeah, she's super cute. She is, and her site, I'm gonna send you her shit, because she posts, like, she puts her fingers like this over the line of the pussy, and she posts the person's vagina.
What? I am tripping.
Hold on. Hold on.
You know what's crazy? Nothing surprises me, and I think that's so dope. But like, does this require getting a certification? Is this a course? Like,
I don't know. That's why,
because I know vaginal rejuvenation exists, and I believe it's tightening of the inner. But this is very interesting. I'm not into it. Like, I couldn't even deal with a wax. That's why I lasered my whole body hair. But, well, I guess this would be soft girl era. I guess.
Hold on. I have to show you.
I guess this would be considered your soft girl era.
Should I show you this, or should I just send it to you?
Show 100%.
Show it here.
Bring it close.
Okay.
Because I want to see. Pick a good one. Is it a before and after type?
She also does diamond stuff down there.
Okay, wait.
Bedazzling.
I've heard of that. So, how long does that shit last? What is that?
That's the top of
the star?
Yeah,
that's
the star.
A very unattractive vagina.
No, you told me pick one. I picked that one.
I can't even see the star.
The other choice was this one.
Oh, heck! Oh,
that's probably their first vajacial. They probably got other vajacials
so it's like
before they have beautiful vaginas like yours. See, like this girl, she has.
Zina, don't tell people like you know.
She has hers is nice.
It's irritating.
She has some area over here that's like, but she has a little butterfly. Look, see. Maybe it lasts as long as. Oh shit! The sun is coming again. Here comes the sun. Here comes.
You know what? I think the bedazzle shit isn't my thing. I don't even know if I'd ever get a vagifacial. I'd rather spend the money on a facial. How much does something like this cost?
I don't know. This is the before and after.
What does she do? She shaves you?
Drop the razors and come get summer ready with me.
Is it a wax?
Less growth, less irritation. Hair grows back finer, removes dead skin. Great form of self-care.
Well, this has gone all the way left.
So that's a form of self-care. Ideal. I'm not moving. I'm just going to go like this.
I think you're good. Tap into your soft girl by going and getting a vagifacial. Oh, sorry. What did I just call it? A vagifacial?
You got to make another fucking...
I'll trademark my shit. A vajacial. I swear, when you said a vajacial the first time, I've heard a vajacial, like da-da-da-da-da-da, showtime. And I was like,
show you my vagina.
I was like, wait.
Yo, I can make a song out of anything. If you wait.
What are some other things that exist? For me, I don't even know if it's soft girl era because I don't want to confuse soft girl with self-care. Self-care is completely different. So self-care is whatever it is that you find that brings you your time. Like today I went to work out this morning and Devontae, shout out to Diligence. He goes, you about to lock into this me time. And it's so true for me. Working out is like my time for me. But I in full transparency, I think I do a good job at self-care. Like I make time to get my nails done. I make time to do my hair. I make time to do my lashes. I make time to get a facial. Obviously, I can't do it all the time, but I will, when I have to prioritize, I put everything, like meetings, calls, everything goes around that time. So for me, that's self-care. But soft girl era has really become, and not to get too deep, but soft girl era for me has really become letting go of this thought that you have to always be so independent, that you have to do things on your own, that you don't need anybody. I think the older I get and the more real life hits, I realize that as humans, we are meant to be in community. We are meant to be supported by people. We are meant to be in relationship. We are meant to be not alone. And I feel like COVID, if anything, COVID highlighted that. And I don't think we've really dealt with COVID properly, but that's a whole nother episode. But I really feel like during COVID, even for you, I know that you created these pods with your family, which is amazing. But because you were like, fuck, we got to create this pod because how long are we going to be just us? Like, I think as humans, you're made to be in community, and we do well at creating community, but we don't, and Diana suffers from this, and I'm going to say it, we don't do well at letting people do for us. You don't.
Sure.
Bitch, you don't. No. Why she don't? Because by the time you look up the ingredients for the cookies, I already made them.
It's true.
That don't mean shit.
People take too long to do some shit. Fuck that.
See, but we don't do well. We don't, and we also, real talk, coming from one of the generations who was raised to be independent, you know, to kind of have this. You always have to have this outer exterior, like you got it, I'm good, I got it, I'm good, and in some situations, 100%. Like this whole like soft girl era, girls wanting to perfect their Pilates form versus work. I don't necessarily believe in that. I always believe that you like it, I love it. You want to be a housewife, you have an amazing partner, do you be the best at that. You want to be an entrepreneur, do you be the best at. I do think as humans we should, especially women, because just naturally and in society, we carry so much weight that you have to prioritize something that fuels you, whether it is work, whether it's going to fucking Costco and being a register. You just never know. Whatever it is, in addition
going to Costco and being a what?
A cashier. I'm just being crazy.
Okay, go ahead.
But I'm saying it not everything is being an entrepreneur. Not everything is being a fucking independent candle maker. The truth of the matter is, like, a lot of people just have a lot of people just have to go to work. They have to have fucking real because I don't know any candle makers. But a lot of people have to have
y'all.
A lot of people have to have just a real job. Like, people got to go to work. So it's like, what do you have outside of that speaks to you, that's yours, that belongs? It's not your kids. It's not your kids' activities. It's not fucking cooking. It's not taking care of your husband. It's not taking care of your partner. It's not taking care of your house. Those are things we have to do. But what is it that's yours? You know, I feel like I know that I suffered from just go, do. And I still do. Real talk. It's bullshit. Yeah, soft girl era. Yeah, I get my lashes, my nails done. But usually I'm fucking at the nail shop, fucking sending emails and doing a bunch of other shit, or prepping for what's coming next, or planning some shit, or at the when I'm getting my lashes done, I'm having a conference call on my ear. So it's like, is it really my time? Probably not. So it's again, for me, soft girl era is letting people do for you what you're a lot of times used to just doing for yourself. And in my case, it would be in my neck.
Fucked up.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing even if it takes me 5 minutes for some shit that's about to take you 5 hours, boo boo.
Oh shit. 5 hours though?
I challenge you, D. I challenge you, D, to tap into your soft girl.
I told you. And
just be like,
I've been doing it. I promise. I have been.
Breathe.
I have been doing it. When I tell you that I've been doing it, I've been doing it. So whether you believe me or not, I
ain't gonna say much, but I'll say much. I was building something for Sophie's birthday. I mean, for Sophie's Christmas gift, and I literally was like, I can do this by myself. And I had a friend come over, and I was really like, but I let the friend lead. And in my head, I was like, that's not the part that goes there. But I said, I'm gonna be in my soft girl era, and I'm gonna be like, oh, what's the next piece? What's the next piece? But in my head, I was like, I can do this. I can build it. But I challenged myself. And then, the person finds fulfillment in what they're doing and feels like they did something for you. And you can all be harmonious, but it's a process. And this soft girl shit is complicated. I don't even like the fact that it's called soft girl because it's bullshit. It shouldn't be soft girl. It should just be like natural shit. Whatever.
Se enteraron. So now, people, self-care. Stop doing shit you ain't supposed to. Let your man be a man.
Self-care is not soft girl era. Let your man be a man. So what happens if?
Well, wait a minute, because if you're doing some self-care for yourself, that's not
soft girl era.
I know, but it's taking care of yourself. It's making sure that you are tapping into your femininity and all that stuff that I read.
That's true.
So
that's true in a sense. But
it is not in a sense. But it is something that you can do toward it. So like that, you are sitting in the peacefulness, and you're just like focusing on yourself and all that good shit. Trust me, I've been doing it.
So what happens if you don't have a man?
Nah. If you don't, I don't know, girl. I've had a man in my life for the last 20 years.
Wait. You say, Ma, can you bring me?
I just learned yesterday about this soft girl era. Yesterday.
In full transparency, it's a tricky topic because it's hard for Diana's and I are in our 40s, so it's hard for us to even come around to it. It takes work, but I'm interested in speaking to like Alyssa's opinion on soft girl era because she's in her early 20s, and I do think these new generations are even your daughter. I feel like she's laser focused on school. She's she's in a great relationship, but they have a very nice balance from what I've seen of independence. Mm-hmm. In their relationship, which is really different from when we grew up.
She is a soft girl, let me tell you, because she be making this boy do.
This is what I'm saying.
A whole bunch of shit.
I love that though, but I feel like for us at that age, we were doers already. We were doing, and as teenagers, even with our boyfriends and relationships, we were fucking going to Gap to work and getting on the bus and helping this dude with his stuff or doing this. And it's like, I feel like this generation of girl is still like, wants to go to school, wants to have a job, but is also very much like, no, you could do that.
Mm-hmm. And it's not a detriment to her relationship because he's always bringing her flowers or picking her up with her favorite hot cocoa, and I'm just like, how you do
that? I want to know how to do that. How you do that? Because I want to know how to do that.
Remember not to sit by this fucking window.
But it's also not just her, but it's having a boy, a man, a partner, a person who enjoys someone who lets them play their role.
Right.
So right. I think in solidifying that, is there hope for the next generation? Mm-hmm. Yeah. May we be on to something?
Maybe. Maybe I should have my daughter come and tell us.
Yeah, because I feel like even Alyssa, who we love, shout out to Alyssa, she's super independent in her mindset. I won't say things that she's shared with us here, but she's just super laser focused at school. Mm-hmm. And, when it comes to relationships, she's like, it's secondary. It's something that she may not entertain, but it just in talking to her and then the conversation we just had about your daughter, it's like, I don't feel like we were like that.
No,
I know I wasn't.
At all.
I was like super prioritizing a boy or like a relationship or where is this going or blah, 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 blah. And it was like, for what? Like you be chased. Don't chase.
For real. I was chasing.
Yo, facts.
You're not watching. What are you doing? Her headphones popped off her. Her headphones popped out of her head.
My fucking headphones came out, but yes. See?
It's okay to chase though.
And we have
It is.
Why?
Especially
to chase what?
Because some dudes be chasing, and if you fall for every motherfucker that chase you, it'd be some fucking. I mean, we talked about this cornballs.
Oh, but that's different. If you fall for everyone who's chasing you, but I mean, hey, soft girl era too is if you see some cake and you want some, be like, I want cake.
I want cake. Give me some cake.
Boo, boo, boo. Any last thoughts on soft girl? I know Diana wasn't a huge fan of this topic.
No, not that I was. I just didn't know about it. I didn't know about it, and not that I wasn't a huge fan. I didn't know about it. I wish I would have known about it when I was younger.
Girl.
I know for sure my daughter knows about it.
You're like, my daughter is soft girl.
My daughter is
not in an era. She ain't playing nothing else.
He come and pick her up, and she be over here like filling up her water bottle.
Slow.
No, but she's ready. But she's filling up, but with no haste.
She's doing what matters to her.
Yeah, at her time.
I love that.
And I'm like,
she's not like, oh, he's here. I gotta go.
I said, he's waiting for you. I know. He can wait. I'm like.
I love that though.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
I love that.
I feel like,
and I feel that same.
She knows about me.
I feel that same energy from Alyssa. I feel that same energy from Olivia, who's my best friend's daughter, who just turned 18 today. It's very much like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, awesome. If I would have had some of that at that age.
A little sprinkle. Just a little bit of guidance.
She would look real different.
What? Outlook, everything.
Wish my mama would have told me that. So now when you speak to Nana, you could be like,
you're doing a great job,
soft girl. You doing great.
You're doing a great job.
Exactly. For me, I'm about to not be in a soft girl era. I am going to be a soft girl till I die at this point.
Yeah, I think I am right there with you. Because why? Because why is tiring to be the most superwoman? It's tiring.
I'm telling you, I want to. Nia Long's clip, that clip of like, and it was so sincere when she was like, I just don't understand why women have to be so fucking tired. And it was like, it resonated with me because it's true. It's like, it's not, and it's also at the same time, it feels kind of refreshing to be like, damn, it's not just me. Like, I feel like I'm doing everything all the time. So if
I just showed you that Vijay show, right?
Oh, fuck.
I went over to Facebook to like see soft girl era, any type of whatever. And some Brazilian facial shit came up. Look at that.
Oh, you're being followed.
Oh, by the way.
What?
What's the name of the casting agency out in California? Is there such thing as CAA?
Yeah, of course.
Because somebody was looking at me in LinkedIn from CAA.
Yeah, CAA. They're not a casting agency. They're a talent agency.
Interessante.
Soft girl era.
But the thing is, your girl don't got the the real subscription. She just got the free one. So I couldn't see who it was. It just said somebody from CAA was looking at me.
I heard you. So
you are being noticed. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, CAA is a talent agency, and they manage different people and stuff like that.
Interessante.
If anybody's from CAA is listening,
all right, listening. I mean, put us on, shit. Put us on. We wouldn't mind a bag.
I can't. I want to know from any of our viewers. 1, do you guys know about this soft girl era? 2, are you like, I've always been like that. I've never been one to like, I've always been like, nah, he needs this, know your role. I'm not doing it. Or do you subscribe, unfortunately, to me and Diana, where you're like, fuck it, I'll do it sooner. I'll just get it done. Because I feel like there's a lot of us who are like, damn, I wish I would have just allowed myself to be in my feminine and not been in such a rush to be like, I could do it. I run shit. Like, I don't need nobody. Because me, at 43, I need.
You need what?
I need.
Oh,
by the way,
just need.
I need. I want. I need. I want. I don't want to have to do it. I'm tired. I'm just tired.
But you've been doing pretty good, so no te haga.
Thank you. But yeah, no, in the sense of like, shut up.
You know what the fuck I mean.
Bye.
You know what the fuck I mean. Don't be trying to go over this shit.
I just got that. I was like,
I'm trying to ignore my. Look at the sun. I've been trying to run from the sun.
The sun is chasing you.
Está bien. Vente.
All right, guys. We love y'all. Another one.
Dulce says,
and another one.
And if you're gonna get a vajay show, whatever, if you've gotten one before and you want to share, come in our inbox. I mean, not that you guys freaking want.
But you put out there that Janet said she was getting one, so we should find out how it went or what's up with that.
Shit, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh. But there's so many Janets.
True.
Janet.
True.
Janet. Janice. Janicia. Janet. Janet.
JJ.
With the vajayjay. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Gracias for listening to Cositas Mommy Never Told Me. We hope you loved this episode. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and share Cositas Mommy Never Told Me on all your social channels. Todas las redes sociales. And don't forget, if you want in on the real tea and see all of our reactions to the craziness, watch this episode on YouTube. ¡Qué bochinche!